Let's continue with our Python coding example. Our task is to create a battleship game. Now, in this example, we've already started with quite simple printing of the board, and that worked in the last video. Now we're going to develop on that. So we broke the problem down, and now we're moving on to the next stage, part B. So here we're going to get something from the user, we're going to deal with errors, we're going to convert that to an integer, we're going to use functions and list functions. So let's move on to part B. The next stage is to get a shot from a user. So we create another function called getShot. So here we need to get something from the user. So we can define a function again, define getShot. We're not going to pass anything at the moment. So what do we need to do? We need to get the shot from the user. So we can say shot equals input and then ask the user for your shot. So please enter your guess. Now the user can put in anything from 0 to 99. So we need to check that shot is going to be between 0 and 99. So first of all, when we get something from the user, it's a string, so we're going to change that to an integer. Now if shot is less than 0 or shot is greater than 99, then that will be an error. So we're just going to print incorrect number, please try again. Now you can see here we really need some type of loop until the shot is correct. So let's have a type of while loop. Let's say OK equals null, while OK equals null, we do this. So the user will enter the shot and it will get the number, and if the number is incorrect it will continue in this loop until a number is correct. So once the number is correct, then we can return that number. So we want to return shot. So when we get shot, we need to return the shot from that function. So if the shot is OK, we can say OK equals yes. You can use break. Here I've used both break and OK to make sure it comes out of the loop. For some reason that changed to an uppercase K. So we have to make sure lowercase, all lowercase. You can see here text is a slightly different colour, it's blue, to show that's correct. Now that looks okay, so let's try it. Let's run that. Please enter your guess. Let's say 10. There we go. So that run and there wasn't any errors, so that's good. If the user, the player, enters something that's not able to check as an integer, then this will crash. So we want to use try and accept in case there's an error. So inside the while loop we can say try. So we're going to try the shot, try it to an integer. So we can move over the code Oh dear. Okay, so the integers, the indentation messing about a bit there, and except. So if it tries this and it doesn't work, if there's an error, say the user puts in ONE for 1 or just presses return by accident, then we don't want the program to crash. We just want it to go back to please enter your guess. So we can say please enter again. So we can say incorrect entry, please enter again. Okay, so let's run that. Please enter your guess, and if I put 1 ONE, it says incorrect entry. So if I put -1, incorrect number, we spelt that wrong. Okay, please enter your guess, 34. Okay, so that's worked. The observant amongst you might have seen that there's a little bit more we need to do. What happens if the entry has already been guessed before? So we need to check when the player enters their guess, that it hasn't been used previously. So we know we've got hit, miss and comp, so we can put all these together. Let's say guesses equals, and then we can put hit plus miss plus comp. Let's call that, let's pass that as guesses. So when we got get shot in our guesses, we want to make sure that the user hasn't or doesn't guess something that we've already used before. So we can add an elif. If shot in guesses, and then we can add an error message saying it's been used before. Now once we've got the shot, we need to check to see if it hits a ship or not. So we can create a ship. Let's take out these values to start off with. So hit, miss and comp are empty, and just to start off with, we're just going to have a boat 1, and we're going to put that somewhere. Let's put it in the middle somewhere, 45, 46, 47. Okay, so now we've got a guess and we've got our shot, and we need to check shot. So we're going to use another function, check shot. Now we need hit, miss and comp in there. So we're going to pass hit, miss and comp because we need to update them. And boat 1 and hit, miss and comp are going to be passed back. So we don't know which one of them is going to change, but it's either going to hit, miss, or a complete and sink a ship. So we need to check the shot. So we've got get shot, we've got show board. Now we've got define check shot. So remember, we have the bolt, hit, miss and comp. So we're going to pass that to the function, and then at the end we're going to return those as well, the hit, miss and comp. Don't need to return the bolt. So what do we need to do? We also need to take the shot, pass the shot to the function as well, because that's what we're checking. So we're going to look if the shot is in the bolt. It's either going to be a hit or a completion, otherwise it's going to be a miss. So if it's a miss, we just append that into the miss list. And if it hits, we have our hit. Indentation doesn't look right there, that's okay. Now if it's hit, we want to take it out of the bolt. So every time we check the bolt, if we find a number we take it out, and that means if it's the last number then that will complete, meaning that the ship has been sunk. So we can remove the shot from the bolt. That means we do have to return the bolt though from the function. So we're going to return the bolt. So we're going to remove that from the bolt. Now we need to check to see if the bolt 1 has any numbers inside. So we can remove it first. If the length of the bolt 1 is greater than 0, that means there's some still left. Then we're going to update the hit. But if there's none left, then we're going to update the comp. So we can see that if the shot is in the bolt, it will either be a hit or a completion, and if it's not, if the shot is not in the bolt, then it will be a miss. So we return the bolt as well. Now we've got the guesses, the shot, the check shot and the show board. We need to put that in a loop. So let's say for example we have 10 guesses. I know it's not a lot, but we'll just start off there for practice. So we're going to put that in a loop and see how that works out. So let's run that. So let's enter a guess. Let's enter 12. Okay, that's a miss. Let's enter 32. That's a miss. 42. That's a miss. 43. That's a miss. 46. Ah, that's a hit. So let's try the other side of that. 47. That's a hit. So 48. No, that's a miss. Got 2 more guesses. What do you think? 44? No. So 46. Oh, 45, sorry. Aha. So that's where our boat finished. So that completes the hit. So in this case we're still going to go through the loop because we haven't broken out of it. So let's guess 0. We've come out. So there we can see we've entered correctly the hit, the miss and the complete. So obviously we could add more boats. We could just copy and paste this code. The only thing we haven't really done here is we haven't allowed to finish the game. So how are we going to finish? Well, if all the boats are empty, then it's finished. So if the length of boat 1 is less than 1, then print, and we can have a message saying that you've won the game and to break out of the loop. And once the loop's finished, we can say finished. So let's try that. Let's add another boat, for example. Boat 2. And let's have that going down. Let's say 6, 16 and 26. Now we need to add boat 2. Boat 2. So length of boat 2 will need to be less than 1 as well. So let's correct that. So say you've finished. So when we check our shot, we've got to return boat 2 and pass boat 2. And then the easiest way, we can just copy and paste the code, and instead of boat 1 we've just got boat 2, exactly the same. Okay, I think that's it. So our code, we've got get shot, we looked at before. We've had try and accept in a loop. We've got our show boat, which we did at the start, and now we check shot. We've checked shot in both boat 1 and boat 2, and it's either going to be a miss, it's going to be a hit, or it's going to be complete. Okay, so let's try that. You could change how many shots you want to allow a user. Let's just stick with 10, just to see if it works. Okay, it's common to have some errors in your code, and that's why we need to debug our code. So we need to find our bug. Now we've had a look at the code, and what the error is that we've got this statement here. If the shot's in the boat, if it's not, it's a miss. But also, if it's not in boat 2, it's a miss. So a shot's going to be a miss in one of, if it's not in boat 1, it's a miss for boat 2. If it's in boat 2, it's going to be a miss for boat 1. If it's in neither, it's a miss. So in other words, we need to change the code here. So what we need to do, we need to change the if to an elif. So now a shot is either in boat 1 or in boat 2, or it's a miss. So let's try that. Let's save it first. Now let's run that. So enter a guess. 6. Okay, a hit. 5 is not a hit. 7 is not a hit. So let's try again. 16, yes, and 26 should be the finish of that boat. Yes, it is. So we've now had 5 guesses. So let's try some more. No. 67, no. So let's cheat a little bit by putting in one we know. Okay, 46. What about 45? Yes. And what happens if we put 47 in? There we go. We've got the boats. We've won and it's finished. So our game has worked. So we certainly could improve on it, but for now we have coded a game of Battleship. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.